This video right here, you ain't click on it for no reason. You need to stop putting your energy everywhere else and start to lock in and focus on your dreams, your vision, and just taking care of yourself. This is the season where you got to get selfish. I'm telling you, you have to stop giving a F about what people think about you. That's when you become free, when you just stop caring about who judges you, who cares about what somebody else got to say about you. They not living your life. They ain't been through what you've been through. So stop caring about what they think about you. I'm telling you, I was a people pleaser. I used to care about what everybody used to say about me. And I used to tell myself, I said, look, I'm trying to show up. I'm trying to do everything for everybody. And it's still not enough. How is it that I'm breaking my back and I'm putting everything on my back and I'm holding all the weight and I'm doing everything and it's still not enough? And it's because some people just don't appreciate all that you do, and you still continue to show up because you got a good heart. I know, and that's because that's what I go through in my life. And the only reason how I overcame that feeling of being like I'm not enough is when I stop giving the F. Yes, you have to stop giving the F. I still love you. I still care about you, but at this point, it's you versus you. You got your own battles you got to fight. I try my best to help you out of the things that you was going through, and that's that. There's nothing else that I could do about that, because you got to think about it. When you burn out, if you burn out, I burnt out at one point. When you burn out and there's nobody there to notice that you're burnt out, that's a scary, scary feeling. Because you don't have nobody that's going to check on you when a car stops and you behind that closed door when nobody is there, and you're sitting there in your thoughts and you thinking about your life and everything, and you don't have nobody to say positive things to you. Like, that's a scary feeling because it's you and you. So if you're not able to sit in that room by yourself and just think about your life and appreciate your life, you have a problem. You have a problem because you have to be that motivator within yourself, and you have to always pray and know that things will be better. It was a point in my life where I was doing so much and I was showing up for everybody, and everybody was still looking at it like I wasn't doing enough, right? And I said, look, how are y'all going to tell me I'm not doing enough? How are y'all going to sit here and judge me, and I'm the one that's doing all of these things that most people are not doing? How? And I overcame all those feelings of trying to understand why by not giving an F. Right? It's that simple. I'm telling you, like, you have to get into a season where you have to focus on you. Because if I didn't get into that season where I was only focusing on myself and that I didn't care about what nobody else had to say about me, I would not be the person that I am today. You can't grow if you feel bad for the decisions that you make in your life. You got to stop being the people pleaser, and you have to stop feeling like you're not enough because certain people don't validate the things that you do in your life. Because some people, they're going to use you, they're going to beat you, they're going to do everything that they can to you and judge you at the end because they have a void in them that they just don't want to fill with accountability, love, and everything. They just got that void in them, and they fill that void with hate towards other people. You know, they fill that void with judgment amongst other people and things like that. So you have to be mindful that some people that you meet in your life and some people that you're going to encounter, family, I'm talking about family too. Some people you're going to encounter, they're going to feel entitled. Okay, they're going to feel entitled. And the moment that you stop showing up, the moment that you choose yourself, they're going to paint you as the worst person ever. And in my life, I said this, that I had to go in that season where I stopped giving the F and I started to really put my focus on myself. I had to do that because if I didn't do that, like I said earlier, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like when my father transitioned from the physical side, you know, I was already going through a lot. I was already going to family court, having, you know, going through a lot of things, going through a breakup and everything. And I was just facing a lot of things. And then my father is, you know, going through this. He's sick. He has cancer. The man that watched me grow, the man that poured into me, you know, watching him lose access to just simple things, his speech, his hearing, his movements and stuff like that, that broke me that really broke me, you know. And going through that and seeing my father just get sicker and sicker and weaker, and then going through a breakup and going through some of the things that I was going through at the time, my up here just wasn't right for me. It just wasn't right. I was in a season where I really wanted to quit. So when my father did transition, I said, I have to step up. I promised my father, I said, Daddy, I will step up. But actually being there, actually having to pull that plug, and actually having to sit there and realize, like, yo, it's real. My father is now not here on the physical side, he on the other side. I have to get used to it. You know, I have to get used to it here and continue to show up for the people that depend on me. Because if I would have quit, I would have let down so many people. And, you know, I'm so grateful and so thankful that I continued to pray and that God answered those prayers to give me the strength to keep on moving. And in that season where I was selfish and I stopped giving the F after my father transitioned, I had to handle a lot of business in my house, because if I didn't do most of the things that I did, nobody would have stepped up. Nobody would have, you know, made sure the family was good and everything like that. And I always, like I said, I promised my father that I would do that. But in that season, I stopped answering my phone. I stopped answering my texts. And I stopped showing up for people, because I said, I got to put my energy into myself. I have to really lock in and really put all my energy into myself so that I can take care of my family and carry on my father's legacy. That's what happened. So some people looked at it like, are you weird? Like, you're weird because you don't answer your phone. You're weird because every time I text you, you don't respond. You're weird because, you know, you don't open up about the things that you're going through. And in my head, I looked at them like, listen, I just lost my father on a physical. I'm going through so much as a young man trying to hold everything together, and you're here to judge me. That showed me who was really there for me, because the people that was for me, even when I wasn't answering my phone, they understood. They said, look, Jameer, I know you're going through some things and things like that. And I know you wasn't answering your phone because you was just trying to, you know, get your life together. I know it. I didn't take nothing from it. I didn't judge you. And, you know, I'm happy that you're okay now. Those people that came back into my life, they said that. They're like, yo, I know it was hard for you. But the people that judged me and the people that said that, you know, I'm just a negative person, I want to shut everybody out, and they judged me, like, I really had no words for them, because I said, like, y'all know what I'm going through. Y'all know how much my father meant to me, and y'all see everything that I'm going through. So how could y'all judge me? You know? And and I'm talking about family, okay? I'm talking about family, real family, okay? And in that season, I just was like, all right, I got to stop giving the F about what people think about me. I got to stop giving the F, because the people that really appreciate me, the people that know me, that know where my heart is, that know all the things that I do, they understand me. You know, they understand. They're not judging me. You know, and that's the biggest thing. Like, when you want to take some time to focus on yourself, you have to have people around you that understand you and that respect your growth and respect that time that you need. Because when I wasn't answering that phone, when I wasn't answering no text, yo, I was praying that someone showed up to my doorstep. I was praying that, because I wanted to see, like, who was really there supporting me, like, who was really going to show up, who was really going to write a letter and send it to my address. Because everybody that I was answering the phone for, they all had my address, but nobody showed up. Nobody came to check on me and stuff like that. So a lot of that hurt that I was feeling, like, I was just like, wow, like, it's like people going to judge you, and they know your address, they know what's going on, and they still won't show up, you know. But I took it as, like I said, I charged it to the game. You know, I just took it. I just said, all right, listen, people are not going to show up. That's fine. I have to still show up for my family. I have to still be here, and I have to still be whole and support my family. So I'm saying all that to say that it's okay if you have to go into a selfish season. You have to go into that season where you got to put your energy into yourself and your family, and you got to stop answering your phone. And it's a season where you'll learn a lot and you'll grow, because in that season it was lonely, it was really depressing, but I learned a lot of things. And I'm so happy that I went through that isolation, that selfish season, that I don't give a F season. Okay, I'm telling you, it feels good, because that's where you get clearance. That's where God starts to talk to you, when you're sitting down and you just getting answers after answers after answers for all the things that you're going through, and you get clarity and things like that. And I'm telling you, like, just as a man, like, I'm speaking to you, like, it was the best coming out of that season, just clean, just healed, just, you know, ready for everything, just thankful. It felt good. It felt good. I needed that season where I just said, I'm focusing on myself. And people look at me today, they say, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? How are you just holding it all together? And the answer to that is because of that season I had to go through when I was at my lowest point in my life. And what helped me out of that was going into that season of isolation. So whatever comes at me now, I say, breathe. I breathe. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for anything that I got to go through. I'm ready for any problems that come my way. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm ready for it all. Okay? And that's what happens when you choose you, when you start to heal yourself and you start to get that clarity and God starts to talk to you in that season where you just sitting down. A lot of people going to pray. And you're going to do a lot of talking, praying, you're asking out, you're talking. But nobody really is going to do the sitting down, the part where you got to meditate and just listen. Because God is talking to you, but you so loud and you got your energy everywhere else, and you can't hear his prayer. You can't hear the things that he's trying to tell you because you're just so focused on pleasing everybody, showing up for everybody. You're not really putting no time into yourself. And when you sit down and you close your eyes and you breathe, and God starts to tell you things, he starts to answer your prayers, and he starts to really guide you and show you things, because that's the most healing that's the most healing thing. I'm trying to explain it. It's hard for me to explain it to y'all, but you really have to take that season where you just say, I don't give a F. And you clicking on this video right now and you seeing this video, this is just a sign where you got to go into that selfish season. And if they love you and they really support you and they really there for you like they say they are, they will understand you, they will support you, and they will be there when you come out of that season whole and you come out of that season healed and ready for whatever you have to go through. Okay? I'm telling you, you have to go through that season of isolation. You have to go into that I don't give a F season. Okay? I don't want to hold y'all here too long. I hope that I was able to give you some type of clarity in the situations that I've been through my testimony, because I know my journey is very special, and I know I help thousands of people when they see my videos. So I just I had to get that off my chest real quick. It just came to me as I was recording my other video, to give that message, because somebody out there needed that message. Okay? I love you. Stay prayed up. Stay blessed and know that you matter, and the battle is you versus you. Stop pointing the finger at other people and point the finger at yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever I got to face, because I have a breath in my body, and that means that I have work to do. And I have a God-given purpose that nobody can take away from me, okay? I love you and stay blessed.